Hello amazing artists, this is Mr. D, and for this video I'm going to show you how to use geometric shapes in order to create a bulldog. Now this video is especially dedicated to all of my students at Stuart Elementary because the bulldog is their mascot. But if you are from Blythe Bower or Arnold, feel free to work along with us. I'm also going to be making two other videos showing you how to draw a bobcat and a mustang, which are the mascots for Blythe Bower and Arnold. And then Stuart students, feel free to tune into those videos as well to help us draw bobcats and mustangs. So to begin, you'll notice that I have a piece of paper and a Sharpie. Now the reason I have a Sharpie is so that it will show up on the video. If I use a pencil, it's most likely not going to show up that great. So I'm using a Sharpie so that you can see what I'm drawing, but you need to use a pencil because there are going to be parts of the bulldog that we're going to want to erase. And you can't do that with a Sharpie. I'm going to use whiteout at those parts. So go ahead and get out a nice sharpened pencil with a good eraser and then a piece of paper. Remember, when you're drawing with your pencil, we always want to draw light until it's right. So you're going to always draw light no matter what we're drawing, because if we need to go back and erase something, if it's lightly drawn onto the paper, it will be easy to erase. But if we press down hard with our pencil and draw it with hard pressure, it's going to be hard to erase. So always draw lightly, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. First, we're going to have our paper turned portrait style, which is up and down or vertical. And the first geometric shape we're going to create is a circle. So I'm going to start right about here and make a big circle. So the circle does not have to be perfect because it's really hard to create a perfect circle. So just draw a circle that's about that big. There's just a little bit of space at the edges. So a circle is a geometric shape, and geometric shapes are basically just man-made shapes. Shapes that are perfect and that wouldn't really be found in nature. So they're all of your basic shapes like circles, triangles, rectangles, squares, all of those sorts of shapes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create my second geometric shape, and that is going to be a triangle. And I'm going to use a triangle for the bulldog's nose. However, it's going to be upside down, and I'm going to put it in the center of the circle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and find the center point of my circle, and then I'm going to create a large upside down triangle, and the edges or the points, I'm going to curve them. So that is going to be my bulldog's nose. Now the next thing we're going to do is create the mouth of the bulldog, but we don't want it to be really big because we're going to add some ovals, some large ovals for his cheeks in just a minute. So make sure that you don't make this mouth too big. It's definitely going to be, it's not going to be as wide as the nose is. So I'm going to come down to about right here, and I'm going to draw the bottom half of an oval. Just like that. I don't want a full oval, I just want half of one. And then I'm going to connect these 2 points with a horizontal line. Just like that. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the bottom point of the triangle to the half oval. So I'm just going to draw a vertical line, just like that. So there's the nose and the mouth, and now we're going to give him 2 little teeth. And his teeth are going to be made of triangles, which are geometric shapes, as we've already discussed, and the triangle tips are going to be a little bit curved. So I'm going to start at this end, make a triangle with a curved tip, and then go to this end, make a triangle with a curved tip. So there's the bulldog's mouth. Now we're going to create the cheeks. Now the cheeks are going to be large ovals, and we're going to make them about this size. So watch me right here. I'm going to start it near the nose. So there's one oval. Then I'm going to come over on this side and try to create the same size oval. Just like that. So I've got my 2 ovals. Now you'll notice, you probably know the part that we're going to erase. These lines, this curved line coming from the circle, those are the parts that we're going to erase. So we're going to go ahead and do that because my whiteout will need some time to dry. So go ahead and take your pencil and you're first going to erase this curved line right here. So I'm going to use my whiteout. You'll be using your eraser, and hopefully that will dry soon. And if you accidentally erase part of your oval, all you've got to do is go back with your pencil and fill in that spot. Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to erase this curved line right here. And those are going to be the cheeks to my bulldog. So what we're going to do now, after we've erased those two curved lines, is we're going to give 3 little dots, put 3 little dots inside of each cheek. So I'm going to start about right here. There's going to be 1, 2, 3. And the dots are even going to be positioned in an upside down triangle formation. So it's going to be a geometric formation. Then I'm going to come over here and do the same thing. So I've got my 3 dots on that side, 3 dots on that side. So now what we need to do is we need to create the bulldog's eyes. Those are going to be ovals as well. So I'm going to come up. Our eye is going to be a little bit sort of like in the middle between the edge of the nose and the edge of the cheek. So I'm going to come to about right here and I'm going to create my oval just like this. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to create an oval about the same size as the one I just made. And we want the bulldog's eyes to have some reflections in them. So all we're going to do is I'm going to create a circle like that, another circle like that. So those are both geometric shapes. And then this is going to be your choice. If you would like to later just use crayon or colored pencil to color in your bulldog, then you don't have to worry about coloring in the eyes just yet. But if you just want to use a pencil to draw your bulldog, then you can go ahead and use your pencil to color in these ovals that we just made for eyes. So what I'm going to do is, remember, when you color, you always want to go one direction, whether that's up and down, side to side, or diagonal. I'm going to go diagonally, so I'm coloring diagonal lines. That way it just looks neater when it's finished. You can't tell as much with Sharpies, but with crayons and colored pencils, you'll be able to tell it looks a lot neater if you go one direction the entire time that you're coloring. And then for this eye, I'm also going to color diagonally. And so there our eyes are colored in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to give our bulldog some eyebrows using some curved wavy lines. So if you'll follow along with me, this is what we're going to do. We're going to come up to about right here. And I'm going to go ahead and draw that curve right there. Then I'm going to just go ahead and connect to that curve and create that same curved wavy line on this side. And that's going to be the first eyebrow. We're also going to have another little wrinkle above that to create and finish out his eyebrow. So we're going to come up here. This one's going to be a little bit smaller. We're first going to do that. And then we're just going to finish that off. So all we basically have left are the ears, and those ears are going to be triangles again with curved tips. So I'm going to come over to right about here and create a large triangle with the curved tip. I'm going to do the same thing over here, a large triangle with the curved tip. And then inside of those ears, we're just going to make a smaller triangle shaped, just like the ones that we just made. So I'm going to do that and do that. And there we have our very own bulldog, made using only geometric shapes and a few curved lines here and there. Okay, so what you can do now is, if you want to just leave it in pencil, then you're finished. If you'd like to color it, then you can take some crayons or colored pencils and you can color in. But remember, whenever you're outlining, always outline using hard pressure. Always color in using soft pressure. So let's say if we wanted to make our bulldog gray, then what we would do is, using our gray, when we outline, we're going to press down hard using hard pressure with our lines. Then when we color him in, all we're going to do is we're going to press down soft and use soft pressure going one direction the entire time. So if I wanted to go horizontal the entire time, I'd go this way with my crayon. If I wanted to go vertical the entire time, I'd do this with my crayon. If I wanted to go diagonally, I would do this the entire time. But remember, always use hard pressure for the outline, soft pressure to color it in. Okay? So I hope everybody has a great rest of their day, and goodbye.